breathe. Well, if you couldn't guess, I did get the vid and I was absent for the last few weeks, so I apologize, but I'm healthy, I'm back, I'm ready to jump back into this channel and where we left off. So what's up, my non-existent audience? Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and if you've been following along, you'll know that I'm on a journey to turn $100 into $100,000. And if you've really been following along, you'll know that our current net worth is just under $6,000. I'll put it up on the screen. And we have a short-term goal currently of getting $5,000 in cash liquidity so that we can buy the equipment necessary to launch a productions company. We've got some pretty good updates on our net worth as well as where we're at with that $5,000 cash goal, but we'll jump into those after I address what I teased in the last episode. So if you remember, I was sitting right here and right behind me were two French press coffee makers, and I said that I wanted to talk a little bit about that in this week's episode, so let's jump into the story of those coffee makers.
So here's the story. About a month ago, I was going through my favorite local auction website and I saw a listing for a French press. Just so happened that I needed one for myself, so I set a bid for $8, and once you know it, I won the bid. But when I went to pick them up, something funny happened.
Okay, so I was trying to get into a coffee press for $5. I got it for $5. It's a Mueller brand. These are really nice, and they're $40 normally off Amazon. And so we didn't know why the box is so big. It's because I bought a box of them.
12.
So there's 12 of them in there.
They're worth $40.
I got the whole box for $5. So they're all brand new in there.
So if you didn't catch that, I thought that I had bought just one French press for $8, but it turns out that I purchased an entire box of 12 of them. So I kept one, gave one to my mom, and I was left with 10 to sell. So the first thing I did is actually sell them to myself, aka my eBay store, for $50. My cost per each unit was $5. So when I put up the listing on eBay, I only had to do one listing, and I set it at a couple dollars lower than the nearest competition at a price which was $33.90. Within a week or two, I had sold all 10. Depending on the location, my net profit after fees, shipping, and ad fees was roughly around $15 per French press. But here's why this was so great. Because all the items were the same item, I only had to create one listing and set the quantity instead of having to make 10 individual listings with different photos and measurements and all that work. Secondly, the shipping was super easy. Since they were already in a box, all I had to do was toss them inside of a poly bag and throw the label on it. Third, the shipping was auto-imported. Because the dimensions and the weight were always the same, all I had to do was press print on the label, so I didn't have to spend time trying to find a box that would fit it, or spend time measuring, weighing, none of that. Fourth, because the product was brand new, the risk of return was super low. In fact, not a single one was returned. And lastly, these were incredibly easy to store inside my storage unit, so grabbing them and pulling them out for shipping was really easy.
So after having gone through that entire experience with the French press coffee makers, it really solidified to me that the goal of the eBay store, for me, whether it's on Amazon, Etsy, eBay, whatever, is really to grow and adapt into more of an e-commerce store. So what that looks like is that for me, what I'd like to do is find one item that makes me $20 in net profit every day, and that sells, like I said, daily, and then multiply that by 15 of those items. So if I do the math correctly, having 15 of those items that make me $20 every day brings in around roughly $300 a day. And if you multiply that times 365 days, well, we reach our goal of just over $100,000. Now, just saying that is like wishful thinking, right? Like, how hard can it be to find 15 items that make me $20 in net profit every day? Well, let's slow down. There's a lot of roadblocks there that come along with that. First and foremost, finding the products themselves, getting exclusivity agreements, needing a wholesaler's license, determining which platforms to sell on, getting ungated from sites like Amazon. There's a whole slew of different roadblocks that are gonna make that process really difficult. Not to mention, there is also that risk of, I don't wanna be the person that throws all of our funds into an item like fidget spinners, and then when the fad passes in 2 months, well, I'm left with, thousands and thousands of these plastic pieces of scrap that won't sell. So I think that's why the example of the French press is just such a perfect item, because it's a timeless item, it's high quality, people are always drinking coffee, so it's in high demand, and it was really easy for me to sell out of those within a matter of a week or two. But if we're gonna pursue this goal, there's really two ways that we can go. We can either go wholesaling and find products, whether we source it directly from another country, import them, store them, and ship them. That's one route, right? Selling somebody else's products, or we create our own products and sell those as well. So I think that's gonna be the goal for the future of the eBay store. Like I said, it's to more become of an e-commerce store, whether that's on some other sites, but I'd like to grow to those 15 items that make me $20 every single day per item, or $300 a day in net profit. Now, I don't know when this is all gonna happen, but again, like I said, this is just affirming in my mind that going towards buying bulk items is what we want to do, rather than move away from the whole thrift store garage sale stuff. So we'll just add that to the list of things that I'd like to do, right? Because I still want to do the productions company, the other YouTube channels, and so on and so on and so on. It's good to have these passions that we're pursuing. So with all that said, if you stuck around, thank you first and foremost for watching this far into the video, but let me give you an update on our net worth as well as how much cash we have towards the productions company. So as of this week, our new channel net worth is $6,051.74, which is not bad, but we're in reality only 6% of the way towards $100,000. And as for our cash, we're looking at $4,898 and some change. So we are just barely short of our $5,000 cash goal before we go out and buy all the equipment to launch that productions company. But yeah, I'm excited. So thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.